How's it going, guys? What I wanted to talk about today is the influence on the firearms community that the virus, as well as all of the civil unrest, is having on the Second Amendment. It is undeniable that this is going to be something that really affects the way people view the Second Amendment going forward. There are a ton of new gun owners out there. In many cases, a lot of people that were opposed to firearms ownership in general, and they're now gun owners. And many of them have learned the hard lessons of how difficult it can be to get firearms in certain areas that have a lot of restrictions. Hopefully, going forward, I think that they have gotten a wake-up call, and they're going to be changing their positions on some things. In fact, I know that many of them are. I've seen a lot of posts, a lot of videos from people who at one time were anti-gun, who are now becoming Second Amendment advocates in many ways. Tim Pool is one of the guys that I'm thinking of in particular. I know he did a video a while back, and it's been in a couple of his videos where he's talked about how that he opposed gun ownership, that he didn't want any of them in his house, and now he owns several. In fact, he was on a live chat with Steven Crowder, where actually Crowder actually had sent him a gun, or was at that time going to send him one. And now he'll tell you he owns several. He's really taken a complete 180 on his positions on the Second Amendment.
They have also criticized the Democrats for proposing new restrictions in firearm purchases, including a Biden proposal for a ban to ban a range of guns. And there it is. You've lost me completely. Earlier this year, many of you probably know this, I straight up said to the people I live and work with, no guns in my house, period, don't want to hear it. Then COVID happened, and I said, maybe I should start looking into this. It's a little difficult, so I kind of said, whatever. Then the riots happened, and I heard the helicopters near my home, and I heard the sirens near my home, and I filled out every bit of paperwork I could as fast as I could. And I went to that store, and I said, give me what you got. I went a perfect 180 degrees in the other direction. I will not support any candidate now who is trying to enforce any of these gun control measures. I'm sorry. End of story. I remember a couple of years ago when I was saying there's probably some restrictions that make sense. Now, nah. No, I'm not going to go ahead and play any games asserting that the record number of first-time buyers are doing it because they're criminals. They're not. And they definitely need to get proper training. There's a real risk, but I take security. I take security seriously, but I will take freedom over security any day. And that means if there may be people walking around with guns, so be it. I'll be responsible for myself and my security, knowing that these people are trying to take our police away. They're overtly racist. And now their politicians like Biden also want to take the guns away from everybody. Now, I'll tell you what. You want to talk about elite urban privilege? I'll tell you about it. I felt like I didn't need to defend myself. I felt like I didn't need weapons because the cops right around the corner. No problem. I call them. They'll take care of it. Now I can see that they're coming after the police. The police are demoralized and threatened. And I'm going to have to rely on myself. I was wrong, 100%. And now I've gone the completely other direction. And I'm not going to play games with Joe Biden. If Joe Biden wants to ban a range of guns, he can go do it somewhere else. But when people are going around killing others and 32 people are now dead, you'd have to be insane to say, oh, sure, Joe Biden, come on, just take my weapon from me. People are marching through residential neighborhoods. You're nuts.
With everything going on, I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. I think that more people now are realizing the mistakes of the past, of the failures of gun control, and I think that we're going to start seeing some of this stuff show up in the election. Elections all across this country. I think that gun control is going to become an issue for many of these people that in the past have supported it, to many of these politicians, that now a significant portion of their base is changing their mind. They're seeing the failures of gun control combined with the failures of law enforcement being able to protect them. You go into some of these areas, there is a problem where the law enforcement cannot go in. They cannot stop a lot of these rioters, or they will not, for whatever reason, stop a lot of these rioters. So the population, the everyday citizens, are basically left to fend for themselves. and a lot of those people are now gun owners. Even in other areas where they've not seen as much of the violence and things like that, they're becoming gun owners because of everything that's been going on. But anyways, guys, it's just a few of my thoughts on it. I really think that going forward, this could be a positive thing for the Second Amendment. I think that it further helps to establish our rights to keep and bear arms. The more people that are in the gun community, the better off we're all going to be. I really would encourage any of you guys that are new gun owners to get some training, learn how to use that firearm that you now own, and learn to use it responsibly. But anyways, guys, let me hear from you. What are your thoughts on it? Do you really think that this is going to be a tremendous help for the Second Amendment with everything that's going on? Let me know your comments, your thoughts down in the comments below. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all of the links down in the description below, and we will see you next time.